see Grey Oak, we do get to see pirates, we do get to see alchemy. Very, very exciting.
Okay, yeah. So all decks being banned is nice because we're gonna see, well, yeah, updated new decks and like completely new decks. We haven't seen alchemy too much in the tournament setting. Okay, so we are moving in by the looks of it.
Yes, should be going to game 1. Hey Kayui, hey Idris, good to see you guys, hope you're doing well. As we go into a Skellige mirror for game 1. This is...
Okay, that's nice.
Right.
So that's a very greedy deck versus a controlly deck. Let's see which one prevails. That's a Tempest, and the folks are being mulligan, so you can do your thinning.
Yeah.
Although there is no compass to thin into.
No, not in this list. Nice 8 power Oracle in hand for Kareem. Love to see it. Draws into the portal. So already having access to 3 of the 4 artifacts, only missing the Ale of the Ancestors right now. And gets the second Preacher immediately from the portal. So the other portal should be pulling a Bear Witcher Adept guaranteed, I'm pretty sure. It's the only remaining pool. Your boat comes down, but
boat comes down.
No answers. Let's draw into the second phrase, Blessing. I mean, that's perfect setup for the Oracle. I'm curious, like, how good, even, like, could the Oracle just win a short round against Pirates with double phrase Blessing, perhaps? Can we see a Tempo Pass coming through with this portal? Very excited to see. What is my Discord doing?
Oh, I'm back. But yeah, that was an issue if you're not in focus of the webcam, and just becomes stuck or grayed out. Okay, so we see the Bear Witcher. I also see that Kareem modified the deck. He was running OP Skull Thinning from the portal yesterday, but decided to thin the card. And here we have the double boat just going ping, ping, ping.
Oh my gosh, that was disgusting, and all the crews just died, so these Crocodile Druids are kind of missing targets, although they didn't really have anything in the graveyard to actually replay in terms of alchemy. In fact, with only one Crozai Rhizome, the first Druid will just banish it, the second Druid doesn't actually have a valid target.
I guess you can click the Siren. Mana, that doesn't help. Yeah, not enough alchemy unless you want to spend your leader.
Yeah, it was perhaps a little correct to try to preserve the Preacher on the same row. Try to save it from the fog, finishing it off here.
Oh, look at that weather, just not being kind.
1 in 4 snipe on the back row.
And we see, well, not exactly a tempo pass anymore.
No, not really.
Let me just get out of this round, please, while I still can.
Oh my.
Yeah. We talked about this during the deck discussion, but even without the Avalach, Kareem managed to get his artifacts into his hand, of course still missing the Ale of the Ancestors, but yeah, it could have been a worse situation.
So now the interesting thing is, between the Ale, if you're able to draw it here, and the Mushy Truffle, there is a good amount of carryover that the Alchemy can actually threaten if the Pirates decides to bleed them. So if you're able to just, you know, stay ahead whilst developing your resilience artifacts, that would be amazing. Also, this Oracle is still not bad in a short run with double phrase Blessing. So we'll see how Jamie decides to approach this.
Okay. Actually interesting. The epidemic being Maligant. Epidemic is a nice preacher answer, but I guess between COC and Heatwave and all the damage you have, that's not a priority, a special that answers.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, we see the carryover being developed. There is a lot of carryover to dump on the board. Is it just too much pirate control for those wholesome druids to deal with?
Well, we'll see. There is the ale. You'll be able to get like 2 creatures played in one turn with the Oracle, which is quite scary for the pirates because that can get out of how do you say, out of hand quite quickly, particularly if you play that like after the Ingedinous Shadow comes onto the board. However, if you only have like 2 or 3 creatures going tall, that can just be answered by Heatwave and a Curse anyways. But look at that, that's such a nice synergy. The Ale of the Ancestors coming down with the Crow Mother, giving an immediate target.
That's nice to see that this problem is kind of solved, because otherwise you'd need a unit, but then you are losing a turn of Ale. Now with the Crow Mother buffed a little bit, can combine them. So more damage coming through.
Yeah. Eddie. Probably see the Freya's Blessing next to get a second druid on the board. Or a preacher. Preachers are druids, but we should call them by their proper name, I suppose.
At least there is no lemons in this pirate list, so your graveyard is relatively safe there. In the graveyard you can just resurrect it, otherwise Freya's Blessings going missing would lead to very sad outcomes.
There is still double scroll in Jamie's list, but we don't see either of those in hand.
Yeah.
Possibly just serving as fodder for the serve. And the epidemic is back now.
Yeah. So that's another investment being negated. Okay, so not Russian with Geertrold or Raider's Order here. Well, Jamie knows how much control this Alchemy deck doesn't run. Besides the heat wave, there is not much to be afraid of. So.
And look. I wonder if you're meant to just heatwave the Geertrold. That feels bad because, you deal with the Clash Order, but then the opponent just has some extra turns to start answering all your potential threats. But otherwise, you're not going to have a great target for the heatwave here. So there's the Freya's Blessing to get the second Preacher. Has the Bonded and able to protect. But it's kind of looking like a juicy epidemic.
Yeah. So any points you invest directly from AL to the currently present 2 creatures, it's investment into nothing, and we see that those points and infusion are just being ruined by an epidemic breaking out.
Yeah, and notably that Preacher was doomed, so it doesn't actually go back to the graveyard. Urkel can bring back 2 more Preachers here. Wonder if that's the thing. Or...
what are you delaying it for? Also we see that Roadkill has been reworked, now damages itself by instances, but no synergy here. And we see a lot of points coming through. Now there is a 14 and 15 point target for Toll Punish. How much armor is on the Terror? That's 11, so is your first play just to play the Terror of the Sea skill in the lowest creature, knowing that Heatwave and COC gonna go on the taller ones?
That seems like a pretty reasonable play here. If you do that, then all these creatures will just die out. There's no more Freya's Blessings remaining to resurrect them. And then the Blob and the Soap should provide enough point slam to enable the Pirates to get ahead for the rest of the board, because these alchemies, they're kind of decent points value-wise, but they're not amazing.
They're amazing when the extra points are being generated, and sadly for Kareem here, all that extra point generation is going amiss, but at least he gets the ale value on some of them.
One for potions, one for soup. One for potions, one for soup.
So we see that COC is kind of being blocked here by the Crow Mother.
There's just a Heat Wave on the Crow Mother.
That doesn't feel great.
Not
allowing one tall unit to stay on the board, but yeah, that's a nice block, and the point gap is pretty relevant here.
Yeah, that's true.
Travel makes one modest. Let's one see the bigger picture.
And it's a 40-point lead here for the Alchemy. And you're sitting on a couple more of the Ancestors' Orders, which can combine quite nice with this Mushy Truffle, this Mahakam Ale, the Crow Clan Druid to replay one of the 4 provision alcohol thingies. Ermion can pull a Golden Froth as well. It's a decent number of points.
And we see that delegation is still floating, not doing much, so Kareem's call not to answer it seems to be a pretty decent one. And saying he didn't lose his engine, just a cheap flash, and maybe Heatwave in the Blob. He's a bit better, though I'm not sure how much better it is, if we are honest.
Okay, no rope, just a proper use of the leader being used to finish off the squirrel. Whittles down the point gap to just 20 points now. Technically, Curse is a self-curse right now, but I mean, there's no way Kareem isn't playing an Alchemy. Yeah.
Say no to your leader, to your 2 cards is a bit too much. So yeah, no self-cursing is happening JB's side. But yeah, the gap is 60.
I mean,
sure.
Okay. I think I may have slightly underrated how many points this ale is able to provide with these alcoholic alchemies. Like, look at how many points that Preacher, the Froth, the 2 Froths played. Like, each Froth played for 8 points, is that right?
Guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Triggering the Preachers, which granted only 1 Preacher remaining, but if it's able to stand tall at 23 points, that Preacher's bigger than a Sove right now.
So, those infusions on the Crow Mother worked out pretty nicely by protecting the Scroll Clan Preacher that continues to grow and has no answer anymore. What is this Bjorn is also not the greatest. Like, yeah, plays for its value, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah, definitely not writing home about much. And these Crowclan druids have, funnily enough, sacrificed these crows to get more alcohol, which means that this Foulblood isn't as scary anymore. Like, it was good when there was all 3 crows, but with the crows... Oh, yeah, used up. Blob is not hitting as many enemy units. I wonder if you could have taken the blob earlier to try to deny the Crowclan druids here. Because those are the only crows on board, so without them, these would just be literal 4/4s.
Yeah, there is no rhizomes left in the deck to pull with Hermione. Okay, and those explosions I don't think achieved much anymore with 4 units on both sides.
Yeah, not too much. There's the heat wave, a little bit of ale, and yeah, but Kareem knows there's no more total punish here for Jaime, so is able to go as tall in the Crowclan druid as he likes, and aiming to just maximize the value on the golden froth that will be played from Ermion. There's Luciana. A lot of pings on the Oracle means there will be a little extra point of value from the leader passive here for Kareem, and I think it's looking very good for Alchemy.
Yeah. There is still a clash, but you're only in a possession of a 7-point unit that you can actually clash with. And yeah, we don't even see all buttons clicked.
So very well played.
Surprising, I thought that Jaime is in a pretty decent position,
Same.
finding his epidemic double toll punish and well, other control tools. Probably would go for the slave, but that's just... Yeah, probably would take the enslave list here over the Tatterwing. Just leave the Tatterwing for the last meal.
And notably,
if possible, of course.
There are a lot of curses in Jaime's lineup, so Tatterwing might be having some issues, and there is the assimilate. So a good choice.
Okay, so Calvit is ready to lead the army, fueled by the tactics. One too many golds, one might say.
Yeah.
For Kareem.
I don't think tactics make that great fuel for Calvi anymore, because only 7 power now. That little bit of lower tempo might help Jaime secure an earlier pass in round 1. Particularly with no marine here for Kareem. Okay, that on the final mulligan, there's the marine. We'll see if it sticks. But yeah, notably missing out on... Oh wait, is there no... Oh sorry, Torres is there, I'm just blind. But decides to take the Calvit before the Torres. Because a lot of the important golds are above 10 provisions, so Torres doesn't really have that amazing targets. A lot of the good bronzes are specials at 5 provisions as well.
And Marine is seeing some action, so only 1 copy of it, of course. No slave driver in this Kareem's build. And Precision Strike is a very nice tool to have if you are playing something like an offering. To just yeah, set it up and remove. What are we hand buffing here? Just the leader Tainin, I suppose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an argument to try to get both offerings onto the Zoltan to protect him from enslave. That would rely on drawing the second offering.
So yeah, see, the tactics can continue to fuel the Calvit. He grows to 14 now.
Right, snack on a little bit of diplomacy next turn. Try to ahead, or at least just keep contesting. And no PS2, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the cast here. And that is the pass coming through for Jaime. So round control does go over to Kareem here, though I really doubt this diplomacy is enough to get ahead.
Yeah, you need to hit what, an 8?
Yeah.
Well, there are bronzes playing for up to 10 points, but that usually requires either the hand setup or...
Hey.
Oh yeah, this will... Wait, how much armor is there on the board?
It should be heaps. You get the 2 rowdy dwarves, so it's definitely going to be 8 points.
The berserkers. Ah, wait, yeah, you get the target spawned anyway.
KM Chaos, thank you for the follow as well. Hope you're also enjoying the cast. Yeah, so that is just 1 card being used there for Assimilate though. Does open the opportunity to bleed if they so choose. I don't know if they want to though.
Yeah, maybe not. We also see Taurus in its natural 4-power habitat here.
Yes.
No more nerfed Taurus at 3 power. He just survives long enough. But yeah, nothing has been stolen from Jaime's deck by Taurus. So now in its second form, you have to either play him and create, or develop a target. Although now that bribery was played, I'm not sure what is a potential target that you'd want to replay with Taurus.
Yeah, you might just play it first as like a glorified runestone, basically.
Well, although if you somehow manage to get it seamless, that would have been nice.
Yeah, but I don't think the seamless is ever being played before, like last card.
Yeah. So although you are in need of developing the workshops, and that means that you'd need to
actually, that's true.
A bit earlier.
It's true.
But yeah, the hunt is sometimes just detrimental to your success anyway, because you have to keep like torturer for too long.
Okay. Oh, there's still 2 mulligans for Jaime. Wait, are there?
Yeah, I think there are.
He already used 2.
He only played.
Oh, okay. It'll be interesting on whether these informants get kept or not. There are lines that you can try to do where you just don't play bronze units. Ooh, there's the Armorer's Workshop. So yeah, Sinless is completely bricked here. Very greedy mulligans, I guess, with so many bricks, but you really are just trying to find access to your Zoltan Warrior. No Neuromancy, no Zoltan here for Jaime.
Yeah, notably no Maxi in earlier rounds as well.
Yeah.
So a very good card, but maybe need something like Calvit's ability to be pushed towards the top deck on some condition. Otherwise, it's a very sad but not very expensive investment.
Discard, interesting. By the way, I forgot to mention before, but since this is the finals of a double elimination bracket, we do have a bracket reset. So Kareem is coming from the upper bracket, so just if he wins this series, Kareem wins Team Elder Blood League Season 2, and that's that. However, if Jaime wins the series, then that will essentially just tie them up in the bracket, which means that Jaime will need to win a second series after this to actually become the champion.
Yep, so we're potentially seeing the replay immediately. Okay, so there was a discard, and now we see a quite sad Giant Slayer here as well. Not having a target to play with.
A bit surprised didn't take the Mercenary, because that would have been a pretty bad copy with all the humans in Kareem's hand still. But the Giant Slayer also isn't a great target regardless, so...
Okay, so
Yes,
we
it's fine.
see that the buff to simulate units, Bratans and Tartorius are being played by Kareem, so yeah, the first one goes and copies the Giant Slayer. Not really doing much in this situation to Giant Slayer, but yeah, that's a lot of Giant Slayers per
Wait, was that
match.
Curse?
Yeah,
Just to answer the Vigo?
Yeah, I guess that's the tallest unit in the end, so might as well do it immediately.
And I guess sequencing wise, you can also run into some issues potentially. Like with the vial, the tempering from the Mahakam, the workshops. Like if the Stefan is only played last, these assimilate units might not be getting that super tall.
Not much to gain from those. I guess you can just play a 6-point Dragoon.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to buff. Okay, plays it offensively. Fair enough. You don't really want to buff the Duchess's Informants for better coup.
Yeah, that's true. So
the Giant Slayer is setting up a 6, so the leader is active. I guess that might have been the thinking.
Yeah, and some nice protection there onto the Brothans. Really, you're protecting it against like a leader being used perhaps in conjunction with the Grey Oak, which would be able to secure the kill on the back row here onto the Brothans, but it does just get heat waved. So with that in mind, maybe feel a little bit worse about actually using the heat wave there. Sorry, using the Dragoon on the Brothans, since it was going to get heat waved. We still haven't seen this Torres get played, and Torres only has, like, is only being able to replay something right now.
Yeah. And here he comes. And picks up a dwarf that is not doing.
That's why I don't understand. Why don't you just play Torres before you have a Skellige unit, so you actually get to just create something rather than a 2-point reset?
Not sure. Maybe there was an attempt to wait out the chariot appearing. And nah, that doesn't really help. Yeah, you just get extra bodies, but there is nothing to. Yeah. Not sure. Like you pointed out, you're never getting that seamless early enough to bounce it.
Yeah, the chariot here might just be the Vilgefortz.
With the last say, maybe you just keep it full. Oh no, goes immediately.
Ooh,
and
nice pull on the
the
leader.
leader card. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. It was it was literally a 50-50 on whether the Vilgefortz would pull a Brooklyn Sentinel or not, and Jaime rolls the 50-50.
Not like he had a say in this one.
No, definitely
but,
not.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. So yeah, we see that the cards are being shown here. Jaime says that I bricked my seamless. Unlucky.
I mean, that's why they play Mahakam in this deck, right? It's not for the order or anything, it's because this card is literally made of bricks. It just fits in thematically.
Yeah, okay.
So, I'm quite curious to see here, like, there's the Urg, there's the Simless, so I think we're just saving the Mage Torturer and the Vigo. Okay, Vigo just being used now then. You can still do some copies with the Mage Torturer and Taku onto one of these strongholds. But playing it like this means you will get a bit more assimilate value out of the Stefan if you decide to play him next turn.
So yeah, unfortunate to lose the 6 armor if you are Jaime. Would have been a pretty sweet Dennis Cranmer target.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since the Vilgefortz was used already.
Yeah, so maybe the Mahakampas click was...
Or even just Vile. Like, there's no Toll Punish remaining. Like, there's no real reason to hold the Vile, I'd say, unless you're trying to sort of use the Mahakampas on the Crammer, but there's no Dwarf to actually give armor to, so... Yeah, and you're just losing Vitality value by not clicking the Vile. Nice kill on the Oak.
Are we missing something? Not really. All the bronzes are in the deck, so...
Yeah.
Nothing there, and yeah, this was a choice between giving a seamless... although you can protect. No, you cannot really protect. Okay, you can protect seamless by Wild first and then by Tempering.
Or you can even just boost him with the Armorer's Workshop as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how that affects the breakpoints, but the armor is quite nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with Vile it should just be enough. Again, I'm really not sure why. I guess maybe it was because of what you said. You wanted to use both the Vile and the Mahakam to protect against the coup.
Yeah, I guess that might have been the reason. Looks pretty nice here for Jaime though. He has Dennis playing for some 17 points, still has the Tempering coming, and he dealt with the half of the Simulate engines.
I mean, yeah, there's...
Although Oak is pretty big, and
yeah,
it might have been.
Yeah, that Stefan was huge. Does put the lead back to Kareem now. It's going to be pretty close, I think.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. This Oak is kind of massive. And triggers, the coup triggers assimilates as well.
Okay, Oak takes it, and Kareem goes up 2-0. Assimilate getting the win there. Gotta feel bad with that brick Simulus. If it wasn't bricked, that game might have gone entirely differently.
So yeah, pretty entertaining series so far.
Yeah. And
I never noticed that we get different loading screens, but makes sense.
Yeah, I thought that I was so concerned for a sec. I thought Jaime queued like Arrakis Swarm and then Kareem queued something that was banned, but no, they both took Arrakis Swarm, but Jaime's was the one that's banned. So there is the boat in Jaime's hand. We'll see a Swift Mulligan. Does have the Fisher King, so should be able to find the Golden Necker this game.
Yeah, I was about to say, but Fisher King is definitely a cure that Jaime decided to add into his deck to help himself with.
Something like a Freak Show can do quite a good job at killing a bunch of drones. It doesn't feel great though, because you kind of are overspending on the 1 power drones. But then they will become 3 power after the Lara Dorren gets played, so maybe it's worth it. Also the bounty is like the units being played here for quite low power, so they're not really great bounties to collect on. I'm not really sure if Ignatius is going to actually get that high power in this game.
Yeah. You cannot go through the immunity, although yeah, that's Tatterwing is also 1 power, so that immunity cannot be collected, or even if it was, wouldn't do much. Okay, so the interesting point in this match is that Executioner just spreading bleeds on 1 point drones and them
yes.
dying before you can collect the
Gross.
Lara Dorren points, but Lara Dorren is somewhere in the deck. There is only Naglfar. Oh wait. So yeah, we're not dealing with devotion list here, so Gales cannot play Lara Dorren, right?
No, correct. Yeah, there's a Wolfpack in hand in Saquon. It's definitely not devotion.
So there is no guaranteed access to Lara Dorren anyway, but let's see if Jaime decides to play around that, seeing that the frost came already. Might be a bit premature to play around Lara Dorren, considering that you'd like to see a bigger setup for her as a Rapid Swarm player. So we see the duo of brothers just trying to spread some wholesome feast deck between themselves so far. I don't think that's how you run the enterprise, but I guess they're just trying out their product.
Yeah, I think you meant to sell the product a bit more to other people rather than just use it all yourself. And maybe they needed your advice, because then they wouldn't have run into an angry tiger.
Yeah, I guess they went for Bender there and ended up somewhere in the zoo.
Yeah, might have been some Fistek hallucinations.
Okay. So, wanna guess what was Fisher King used for?
Guessing Golden Necker.
Yeah, we didn't see that, but we would assume that that's the case. Yeah, so Kareem is putting out some nice points here.
There's an Executioner. Kind of happy to see it out, I think, at this point, as Kareem.
And decides to bleed more than like one drone, so Jaime still wants to play this round, otherwise he'd save the money. Better times, but yeah, he can also understand that this Lara Dorren is not getting played immediately. There is no frost, there is no damage available on the go for Kareem.
Yeah. Like, I was wondering if it was correct to maybe use the Hive Mind if you, like, as soon as the immunity was gone on the Gallet. Because you could have taken a Stalker and used the 1 damage to finish off the Gallet.
Are you afraid of it? Oh, wow.
That doesn't look amazing.
Although, okay, you are dealing with the Spender, but it doesn't really look like a preferred target.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you do need another spender here. It's probably the Freak Show for Jaime, which would mean like a Ard Gaith from the girls would become kind of decent. So just is the Cockstein.
Yeah, I was thinking, do you even play Hive Mind in this situation? And the answer is no. Only Brother Duo is out. Like, it's a big combo, but that's not even the combo that every Golden Necker bounty list was running, I suppose. I think you're taking that. There is no dock. to jump out of the deck, and even if there was a Agnikars, then it would have been 1 power, so
Yeah.
not exactly enough, so no reason to play around stuff that does not exist. And yeah, Golden Acre, Jaime and Golden Acre.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm happy. I'm happy to see. He even has the candle in hand, so access to the second location. Although, yeah, mulligans into that, but has another mulligan to send the hideout back into hiding. Yeah, as you mentioned, there are no great bounty targets, but how do you even bleed here? I think your poisons are not doing much.
Yeah, you bleed to try to deny the Lara Dorren value. I mean, maybe you try to go a long round, because with the Bynum Brothers gone, your engine value is kind of just restricted to Menge at this point. And Menge, as mentioned, isn't really that scary of an engine.
Okay, so goes into the candle opening. Of course, heat wave is already gone, otherwise we might have seen that. On the other hand, yeah, what are you doing here as Kareem?
Could try to just develop the hive mind potentially.
Yeah. Taking hatchling cases, or maybe warrior.
Yeah.
As your opener.
It's fine to start here. There we go. The worker would be quite bad in this matchup. Quite easy to collect a bounty on that. Just dies to the hysteria, gives the opponent 7 points.
Yeah, but that means a bit of full bank.
Yeah.
Maybe would have been alright to assume that your opponent is over profiting without any units on the board.
Sup ladies, my name is. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoyed the cast. Just like Kareem is enjoying this Arrakis Behemoth, boosting all these insectoids on the melee row. Uses a couple leaders. I'm not sure if like he was calculating a certain amount of reach here. Because, I mean, he was going to be ahead no matter what, since there was nothing on Jaime's board. We see the Executioner now.
Yeah, do we even buff it? No, we don't see that, and we also see the reason being ship, but it also would have been a COC target immediately.
So
yeah, fine Redanian. Nice to see the comeback of a card.
Yeah. Jaime's leader is on 8, so is able to kind of kill whatever he likes here. Such as that Behemoth did its job, it got the boost, now it gets used up as fodder for the more warrior. Now, this Lara Dorren is awkward. I don't think you want to play the Lara Dorren, I don't think you want to play the Gels. Because that's really your way to replay them like next round. But apparently if they keep pushing you, this gets awkward. That's the Tatterwing.
Okay, so that kind of guarantees you'll have your Morwood finisher if you're staying a card up. And it's not like the bounty list can do anything with a 25 point immune unit.
So there's poisons which aren't going to be doing much. There's a golden echo. You can still keep pushing here. Like, I'm pretty sure you'd expect the hand to be awkward, because otherwise there's not much point in playing the Tatterwing. So now this curse is kind of really not good.
Yeah, but the point gap is big, and the golden necker does something, but what are you even left with? You definitely, if you read the table, you understand that you're most likely not 2-0 in here.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah.
you definitely don't want to throw away the cards. Like,
These poisoning and bleeding the same unit is quite inefficient. Not that it really matters, like I think it's pretty clear that it's just value now for Jaime. So here we decide to use the Gels for our Geath.
and the Gales disappears. He stepped into a wrong hollow and got overrun by the insectoids, and yeah, the pass comes through. No reason to waste those two. Oh yeah, the value from that morale is not too promising.
No, not really. And there's still a good number of swarmy units available for Kareem. This Odd Gaith is able to enable with Lara Dorren. Okay, this natural selection I don't think is getting a kill, especially with this candle on board.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you could do some kind of stuff where you fork them between curse or natural selection, but that seems a bit sketchy. Aracus Woman's just fine. Nice synergy with the Lara Dorren.
Yeah, and it would have been nice to have at least one executioner back for Jaime.
But I believe. Oh, one got Heatwave, that's why it's not in the graveyard. Although there's this Kikimore worker. Kind of nice fodder here with like a Slander into a Tunnel Drill, perhaps. But that'll probably overprofit a whole lot.
You spent to kill Anna. You don't have the reactivation available. Is there anything that kills it though? Don't you just float? Yeah, just spend to kill the drone. Making Kareem's COC a bit more awkward as well.
Yeah, especially with this spontaneous evolution as well, it's gonna be...
Okay. Why are we buffing?
It's fine, it's still tied, so the curse isn't really online.
Yes, but nonetheless, and there is still a Stalker coming through. I suppose a Stalker combined with natural selection was the reason then?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like, yeah. It's... decently here.
So Kareem is playing like there is no COC.
Yeah.
Kinda. But it doesn't really go too tall. Goes after Lara Dorren. Yeah. So that might be the problem. It might also depend on what Golden Necker is pulling. As far as units go.
Ignatius will be big enough here.
Yeah, but that's no guarantee, right?
Yeah, it's not.
No maxi, so...
Okay,
so that's a problem solved. If you just want to play your COC, but there are other priorities at the moment. The drill is being... I don't know. Maybe the COC was the move. Like the drill kills another drone.
Yeah, I mean it's basically just spending it like 3 for 2. But I think that's kind of fine because spending can be awkward, like without the candles still.
Yeah. And now it's getting protected by the Snova. And alternatively, okay.
Yikes.
Sure.
Oh, although the Salamandra Mage is quite nice.
The Salamandra Mage is active. That's a nice call. Yeah. This Lara Dorren might have wanted to address the hive a bit earlier.
Okay. But now Lara comes through.
Oh, some 8-point value. The frost healing points from this UC is not ideal.
Yeah.
And we are about to see Sirenova finisher. That famous round 4 carryover. But if we look at the points, it's kind of close with the poison going through.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Morwood is just landing for 19, and
2 points.
we got a close game, but not close enough.
Yeah, so Kareem able to secure it. Tatterwing, despite all those drones dying, Lara Dorren not doing much. Turns out Morwood is all you need, able to face down all the witch hunters and able to secure Kareem's 3-0 victory. And Kareem is your Elder Blood League Season 2 champion.